Okay, una kusha una kaba una welcome to the Wẹll Bɔdi Bεttεh Gentri program. Una salon people don't learn boku book and they bring this program to una. Today na we 86th session and today we deal with managing type 2 diabetes and today na Sunday, the 28th of September 2025. And as soon as I can see, Dr. Mohamed said to in the present to me, so it already getting glasses, make sure they get for see properly. And my name na Temu John Fuller, me not a medical person, I'm a business IT consultant, especially cybersecurity. So me I know sabi anything about medical stuff. Me like most of una, we don't know much. Myself na learn at the land. But at the panel, we will get the Wẹll Bɔdi Bεttεh Gentri team. We are doctors them and medical professionals them. We specialize in various parts in medical field. Now then go in at the panel for help. Dr. Turday for do in presentation. Dr. Turday go do one by himself, but the people in the panel go stop, go chip in if they feel say they get a version or anything for add to what Dr. Turday say. We wanna go begin ask questions. And also there my family, I forget for tell una, normally when the presenter they present, we can normally mute people them. So I'll go for mute everybody and we're not go able for unmute on ourselves. Okay. But once Dr. Turday don't present done, when I will get to, we will give una time for una ask any questions. And like how they say, the people at the panel, the multidisciplinary team we get, they learn different side of medical stuff. So anything we ask, most likely we must get somebody for we go answer you. One disclaimer I'll get for Gidi and family, if you ask something way too personal, most likely we'll not go answer you. Not to say we'll not be the answer, but this will make we not go answer you on air now because we not get you medical record. For we make, we will give you the best advice. We get forget your medical record, understand exactly what thing happened to you before, what kind of medication they may do on, and and if you get any other underlying conditions. If we not get all that background, then we can't give you personalized advice. So we ask what to do that get that generalized advice now will give you. Now, in some instances, some people then go there, we go reach out to me personally. If we feel say yes, we're in the capacity for help, yes, we'll go try for give you advice. If not, we will advise you to see a physician at all. Okay. I hope that they may be clear. All right. As I said before, the Wẹll Bɔdi Bεttεh Gentri team to me one, the fear of we. Some of you don't join before, don't see the flyer, and I go see the other people that we know they get paid. We do this thing with legal people like say pro bono, free of charge. But there we ask, say, if anybody in a tongue we get avenue for they make this program reach TV or radio, please get in touch. We will give them the program for free. We will not charge anybody. We will not charge anything. We will give them as long as they put them on air. For people who are going to ask you for register a tongue, no, we not register a tongue yet. That process they on, but now England also we are registered. Okay. For people that we not be done joining before, like I said before, we record the program go there on YouTube and Facebook. And if you want to reach out to we our WhatsApp number this, may not go ring normal call, no, but WhatsApp, yes. And if you call our WhatsApp, most likely I'm not going to pick up because most of the time I can busy. But if you left a message, send me a text or send what they call that thing, voice note, I will make sure see one part of the doctors then get back to you if that's something we may not be able to handle. Okay. But then we want to ask question we sabi the way around technology. Most of you now go see this layout. If you look at that button now, you get 3 dots now. If you press them, you can. Thank you. Yeah, like I said before, if you want chat, you can use this one for chat and send messages and stuff. But for the one that we brief, like me want ask question, if you press if you press there, you see raise your hand, it go make a sign, we go show see you hand raise, and when I see that sign, I will come to them and ask you for you say your question and stuff. For now, for people that will not be do all that, don't worry, just turn your camera on and raise your hand. As long as your background good for the public view, raise your hand up, then I'm going to come to you for take your question. Okay. Without further ado, because we don't start slightly late, so I will hand over to Dr. Turday. We will take on through the session today. If you get any questions where you want to ask additional question, maybe you're able to ask online, send it to me on WhatsApp or by email, or you get suggestion, any feedback, will not feel so sabi all thing. If there's something that we feel so we do wrong, or we feel so maybe you want to add a little bit of a little bit of spice, maybe. But technology, thing we can able to do things better. Please get in touch. Now we email line day and our WhatsApp number this. Without further ado, I will left on to Dr. Turday. We will take on through the session today. Thank you. You dey on mute if you dey talk.
I don't mute, sorry. Okay, Fambule, I do thank you, Mr. Fuller, for the introduction. Again, Dr. Tue, physician or GPA there in the UK. This session will be done before. So we don't do a preview of the different types. Today we can talk mainly on the treatment itself. How you they manage diabetes, because most times we they talk about conditions, then we need to delve into the where are you the manager, if you get a condition, what you would do for help the condition. So today we decide for talk about them because it's a very common condition and a common and Afro-Caribbean society and Asian society and all over the world basically. So these are my credentials. Now diabetes. We'll start first, just a preview. Say we don't do this diabetes. So it's in a diabetes, all man knows in a blood sugar problem. Everybody in blood gets sugar panam. But this sugar is needed as a source of energy for we body. We body need that energy for let it go on. However, the sugar supposed for the within certain limit. If it's too much, then it will cause problem. And so we body naturally is being built in a way for let the body regulate the sugar so that it go day in a natural normal level. So how this they happen, how the body they regulate them. If you eat food, for instance, you eat bread. When you eat the bread they go through your stomach or your gut, they digest and then it go release what they call glucose or the sugar. This sugar now they be the end product of this food we don't eat. They go na the blood. When they reach na the blood, as I say, for let it not be too much, because that immediate way to eat in 1 or 2 hours, it be so high. Waiting they happen, you get one organ we then call pancreas, within you belly, it will produce a chemical we then call insulin. When we produce this chemical here, now they transport this sugar go inside the cell. That the components will make the body. The half like the building block of the body. Now they go inside because now the process they go work, they go happen. So when it go inside there, then a process them for like produce this energy. Now, if anything happen within this pathway where it be say you don't eat the food, either the insulin no come, it make the blood sugar within the blood, and they go inside the cell. Or if it be say you get problem where they stop the sugar for inside the cell, again it make the sugar the the blood. And so if it the blood, it cause so many symptoms then. So what are the symptoms? It make you feel thirsty. It go on a toilet for wee frequently. It tire. It feel wound the heart for like well. It lose weight without knowing. And if this continue without the no check, they get what they call complications. And what are these complications? Is they lead to blindness, they lead to stroke, heart attack, causing the wound in the well. You see, but people get so foot there. With so foot in the well, that could be part of the reason. It damage the kidney, damage the circulation in the body. So these are the complications. We don't talk about her in detail, so I may go to her in detail again. If you go look with previous sessions, then you go look into all the thing and we don't talk about each and every one. You go look it at your leisure time. Now, if we not do nothing, waiting studies don't show, say, the person go reduce in lifespan, the time where they live in the wall, it reduce them by 5 to 10 years if you no manage at all. So it means person they die early than in time. But the good news is this: if you control them well, and especially if they diagnose them early, and you take certain measures that we'll get for can talk about now, you they live as long as you could, and you like anybody we not get diabetes, and they even slim your way out of the condition if you follow waiting we they can talk about. Now, waiting WHO say and the International Diabetes Federation, they say about 5 million people in the world that didn't get diabetes. So that's 6% of the world population, that's a large number of people. And this one are the one the way they're able for diagnose. Because you get people away, they get the condition, they get the diabetes, they don't even know say they get them. Like for instance, when they listen to me now, if now 100 people and 50 then they within 100 people in the way get diabetes, they no actually know say they get diabetes because one, they no ever go let them go test them, and two, somebody just concerned, and most times they tell them to go test people in a way they don't get any complication, like they don't blind, they don't get stroke. They see people are young, so then they get strokes then these days, this could be part of the reason. So people they go let them diagnose them. So 1 in 2 people then they get diabetes, they don't know. So diabetes is one of the top 10 cause of death in the world. For that reason, November 14, WHO make cancer in world diabetes for let people get the awareness of them. Now, today, as I say, we talk about the treatment and how for prevent the diabetes. Firstly, we know get different type of diabetes and then they go into them. But the one of them with the type 1 diabetes, cure no dey for am. In the insulin, like I talked before, it not actually dey, absolutely absent. So you need for get insulin when they inject the person all the time. If you not get that insulin, they lose in life. But the person we get type 2 now the person we it get the insulin or not enough, or get other resistant condition the way they stop for let the sugar go inside the cell. Now, you can able avoid them to then day, and you avoid for let person die early if you follow the measures them as they can discuss. So now the type 2 diabetes, now 2 things that 9 day into them. One, the insulin day, but not enough. It's like they got relative deficiency as opposed to type 1 where absolutely no day. And the key thing for type 2 is the person, the insulin, they develop resistance. Like I talk, so where the sugar and the insulin, they go na the cell, na the end part of, the building block of the body, and not able for enter. Something they resist the insulin for work. So it do, but something they stop them for let work. So then thing they waiting that thing they stop the insulin for work. Lot of them. And so they can be due to certain medication or the person they take, like then steroid drugs, thiazide drugs, certain medical condition the people can get, like I think Dr. Bell don't talk about polycystic ovary, then people will get intended and can get kind of resistant then they gain. And based on the family history, Black people they get high chance for get diabetes because of the family and maybe the food type of food they eat and all them things that they if they predispose, we forget diabetes. So all them things they make the insulin they become resistant for let it work. So what we can do? The first step towards preventing diabetes, or even before you even consider say you want for treat them, the need for diagnosis first. So this is not the key thing. This is not the one of the key thing. Why if anybody not take away anything from this session today, now this I want to let you take away from it. Say, do your diabetes test. Even if you feel say you look healthy, do your diabetes test. If after this session, you're able or you talk to your other family, let people then go do the test. Now simple test, not just a simple blood test we they do. However, for interpreter again, na other thing. Then they between you and the doctor. How for interpreter, because not to anybody who then do test one and no more, you say this again diabetes, right? So this is not the very first step for letting go diagnose you diabetes and for let you manage them. So for prevent them, now when they don't diagnose and say you don't get diabetes, you get things the way they do, but not totally way they do, they can a quick fix. You don't get quick fix by diabetes. Now a long-term process. The main aim of them, now for let make sure say the sugar, they did that target. That target will be the talk about sugar, they within that target in your body. And you when you do so, they prevent forgetting complication and subsequently you prevent early death. And if you do so, you improve, you take certain lifestyle changes, you improve the quality of life, you go able for slim your way out of them, especially type 2. Today we only talk about type 1 and just type 2 they talk about. And how you they achieve this by lifestyle modification, you do regular checks of your blood sugar, you take certain medications that we'll can talk about, and you do things and let's say that you don't get the complication now. Things and the way they do for let make that complication you don't get, it not go further. Let's say it don't affect your eye, let make you not make your eye don't not reach to that stage where you go lead to blindness. Or it don't affect your foot, let not reach that foot to that stage where you need to amputation. So the things and the way you go do. So the first lifestyle change we get for take, now diet, now you diet. Now you get these myths about people and say, we're not diabetic, for eat this, for eat that, for eat that. Okay, some it's true, but not always. You see, when you say somebody not diabetic, one thing we need to know is not get what we call the one size fits all that meal. Say all the people who get diabetes na this, na the particular thing for it, because two people then not be the same. If you get twin themselves, if the twin then they not then different, they get small slight differences them in within the leg, within they no want. So within the leg and within they no leg. So for that reason, we know the advice say get a special diet mainly for diabetes. No. And also again, people because they get this diabetes diagnosis, and they lock themselves like say like na kg day, where if you say, well, they enjoy food anymore. But that's not the case. You can still enjoy your food, but yet still you go able for control your diabetes. So how you go do them? Now forget a healthy, balanced diet. So this diet we talk about, now diet where you get diabetes, so you not get diabetes, so it advisable for let you keep to that kind of diet. So you not like say specifically this diet get a specific diet where mainly than only for diabetic people. No, you get for be flexible that you they eat anything what that person they eat, but you get for choose the healthy option. Most people they eat healthy food. Even if they don't get diabetes, they eat healthy food. So if you eat healthy food, you they get a benefit out of whatever apart from diabetes, most other conditions there as well. Now, so with the lifestyle modification they take, mostly get for spend so much money by most of the things that they can't talk about, right? All you need for do now for healthy diet, right? So the healthy diet which they focus on mainly now vegetable and fruits and vegetable, grains like brown rice and oats, healthy fat, beans, yogurts or milk we no get sugar pan them. You dey focus pan them. Then you dey limit in certain food components they like white rice, white bread, then fast food them, then KFC and fries them where you they eat, you limit them. Why are we talking about you say limit the white rice, white and bread? Because those food, you get food that they call high glycemic index food them. What are high glycemic index food? This is not food the way you eat them, then they release that sugar quickly inside your blood. And they make your sugar they come up quickly, then the body they absorb them quickly, then you become angry back in a couple of hours for let you eat more. So it end up for make you build up weight and for get you that resistance what they talk about, and your sugar they always they high. Right, so then they prefer you eat food way na low glycemic index food. where it they release that sugar, like the body, they eat and the body, but they release and slowly. So now them food and they talk, or they try for advice into. And studies don't show say the Mediterranean type of diet is very good, because now a plant-based diet and they get low calorie and all the rest. So they can advise them mostly forget the Mediterranean type of diet. Then the other key thing, apart from the type of food, the food where they eat, now forget what we call the plate method. I can explain to them how you for divide your food, waiting you for it, where you make your plate, waiting for the day. So this is an example of the plate method. You they split the plate into two. One part of the plate, they get mainly vegetable. This is a non-starchy vegetable. So this non-starchy vegetable and vegetable they get low glycemic index, what they talk about. They know they release the sugar quickly by body. So things like cucumber, broccoli, sweet and pepper, carrots, salad, all them things then they half of your plate. Then the other half of the plate, you divide that into two. One portion of them, and then 1/4 of them, then get proteins them, what they call lean proteins them. These now like things like chicken, beans, and all that things, and they put on one side of your plate. You see, you get eggs, you get salmon, you get nuts, all them things, then they 1/4 of your plates they get, and then the other portion of your plate they get carbohydrates. But this not carbohydrates the way they will call it as complex carbohydrates, because they know they release the sugar quickly. They're not low glycemic index carbohydrates. This not the brown bread, brown rice. Now they all the even the potatoes then. Right. So people we want to mention is people and they make potato mostly they can tend for peel the skin off, but it go finally the skin into them because the skin get fiber and all. So all them things then they find things like bulgur, funde, they all they inside that portion they where you they put as 1/4 of your food. Then you drink plenty of water. You drink plenty of water. Then they not the advice for a normal, when they say the plate method for any healthy eating. Then the other one way the Diabetes UK group pool say advisable for the people and they do, then divide the vegetable and fruits and vegetable then into say like 40% of them if you take them. So like 5 portion of fruits and vegetable a day. Like this one are the African meal type. You get the melon, you get the pawpaw, guava, pepper, cabbage, pumpkin, and pears, all them things in there. You get them as 40% of your plate, and then 30% of them, like in a day, you get this complex carbohydrate we talk about. Cassava, yam, plantain. Different type of plantain, green banana, plantain, and brown bread, all the one in the porridge, rest, all the one in the form like 30% of the thing where the food where you they make, and then the other 20% forget lean proteins, fish, things like salmon, mackerel, sardine, herring, all that in the tuna, they get very good nutritional component into them. Right. Apart from then they release the sugar less. Then you get the dairy product there like milk. The milk for make sure say na milk way they not process that much. Milk way not get added sugar into them. Then they go from like 10% because they give you the healthy fat we need. Now the thing will for avoid or reduce less of them, these like things like the Maltina drink. You can eat them, you can drink them, but please get less of them. Then meat pie, get less of meat pie. Things like puff puff, then fried donuts. Then you reduce the amount of dentin in the way they eat. Then they will help. Then you drink plenty of water. Natural, plenty of water you drink them. If you want for say like you take fruit juice, make sure say you stick to maybe just 1 cup of fruit juice a day. Now this slide is showing how the food they eat, how long it take for it digest in our body. Like for instance, if you eat banana, within 30 minutes, it don't digest. If you eat white rice, within 1 hour, it don't digest. And then, but if you eat things like couscous, ball garden thing in the 1.5 hour, it will take, for it go digest na your system. If you take potato, you eat it take 1 hour for it digest. So each food where you eat, it show you how long it take. The higher the food where you eat, where they take longer than your body, your belly, than a pork. It take up to 4 to 5 hours before you digest. And beef, they take like 3 to 4 hours. And cheese, all intended. So the more you eat, less of things them way they produce more sugar quick in your body, the better it is. It feel full for a longer period, and it help for reduce the sugar slowly. So the advice here, the take-home message is this: when it comes to diet, we stick to a healthy diet, and we choose carbohydrates when a complex carbohydrates, like Habido explained, complex carbohydrates, like the brown rice, the bulgur, funde, and things, and you stick to the one in there. Then try not for eat. Try forget the fruit and vegetable you 5 a day. Try for get less amount of salt now you meal. Now, you get people when they get diabetes, then they say they not for take salt at all. That's not true. You need certain amount of salt in your body, like 1 teaspoon salt, like 6 grams or 5 grams of salt a day in the whole 24 hours. Then they go enough for you. And you try for eat less of them processed meat there. The red meat and then processed meat there, you try for eat less of them, because then they produce fats them way not to healthy fat into the system. Then if they add sugar now your meal, then I call them free sugar. Then they can your blood faster than any other form of sugar. So you cut down on the one in day. The fruit and vegetable good again, because they give minerals them, they give, you don't even need vitamins if you eat good fruits and vegetables. You will just need small top up. You don't need vitamin. The fruit and vegetable, they help you for get you normal minerals the way you need. Right. And then the thing where we probably go need for we avoid is certain food that they say this mainly for diabetics. Let we try to avoid them. One, and they give any additional benefits to you normal, apart from the normal meal we don't talk about. Then one way they put say this is specifically for diabetic or tailored for diabetic food. Then they not get any additional benefit that they add apart from the normal food where they eat. And also it's expensive. Apart from it being expensive, they can get more calories as well, and get more even more sugar. Then they raise the sugar higher. Waiting they do the sugar component, then they change them, from or it's like salt, for instance, either sodium chloride, they change them to potassium chloride. So then they change the components that we do inside the thing, and then put as a market on the counter. Say this is not mainly for diabetics. So avoid them. Stick to just the natural type of food. Right. So basically this now we don't talk. So if you eat, they would advise for you eat less fat. So the advice here is, if you're able for cut down on all the oil them where they eat. You grill your meal, you steam or you bake them, then are the best. And we cut down all the oil, like palm oil. Palm oil get palm oil, coconut oil, then get that saturated fats there, and they not so healthy fats there. So you eat less or you cut down on them, then it will be beneficial for you. Then you're mindful about your portion size, because if you say, okay, I eat, but I eat that this food that they eat, like we don't talk about that plate, then you get boku, you eat so much of them, you end up putting on weight. And when you put on weight, it build up that resistance and it make your sugar difficult for control. If you want to lose weight, we advise say let you make your own target. You get people and weigh so much, they even lead to depressions and depression and affect their mental health, because there's so much glue into the fact that they want to reduce their weight. But weight loss not to a quick fix something. Even those who they take their medication and for weight loss, as at times we don't stop the medication, it come back to a normal thing. So now a lifestyle event wherein you stick to a method way good for you, and you aim for reduce your weight slowly with a healthy diet, like 5 to 10 kg weight loss, a certain duration where you know say you go able for meet that target day. And I don't mention about the label food there where they say this mainly for diabetic and all the rest. Now the next thing we'll need for do is exercise. Physical activity, very good. You get people away, they sit down, they need to do no exercise for the day, either because they get so many people around within the send. Even if you get people away, they send, say, go do this for me, go do this for me. You yourself, take on yourself, let go do that thing and day. No need for do heavy exercise, but that small thing where they do, they help for move your body, it help your circulation, the flow, it make your heart, the flow more properly as well. So the advice we'll get about physical activities, like you do 150 minutes of really moderate activity a day, a week. That like you they cycle, or if you waka, you waka fast in a way that you feel as if you become breathless. Then the 9 we call moderate aerobic exercise. Then they do muscle lifting as well. You can do that in a day 2 or 3 times within the muscle things and muscle lifting then they do. It help for burn the fat in your body, and by burning the fat, it help for the muscle for use the glucose more, so that sugar within the blood, it make the muscle use up. So you see people within they lift weight, we don't lift weight until after a couple of hours they're angry. If you don't do 2 3 times, they're angry so much because the sugar the body they use them, they burn the fat as well, and it help if they take medication. So they take much medication self, because they able to process the sugar much, right? And also you try to do different type of exercises and the way they do. Then people will get problem like elderly person, say they for them quick. It can do things like yoga, where they help for let you get maintain your balance. You see, and as I say, you they aim for reduce your weight by 5 to 10%. Then the better. Then the key thing where most people they ignore is sleeping. Most of we get guilt into that, they sleep much. So if you get good quality sleep, waiting that they do, 1, it reduce the stress you get. 2, it help for reduce the sugar level in your blood. How? When you stress, it build up steroids, them cortisol in your body. That cortisol where they build up, it make the sugar the high. Let's say somebody stress, you go do blood sugar. Say the sugar will be up. So these are all the things what we need for do. For layer we bring with sugar down. The other the benefits that we get from exercise, I don't talk most of them. It reduce the sensitivity of the insulin, so the muscle able for user efficiently, and it able for keep your blood sugar, the HbA1c, and call it A1c level to a healthy range, and it burn the fat. And when you get in your body, it build up your circulation, your cardiovascular health, it develop them, it lower your blood pressure, because it increase your blood circulation, then bad cholesterol there within your body, it reduce the cholesterol in your body, and eventually they reduce risk for leg stroke and heart attack. So that's some of the benefits of physical activity. And there. Then people who are seen at that type 1 diabetic, if then they do exercise, it is found out that they use less of insulin. If you're not type 2 diabetic, if they use insulin, the tendency for you go and use insulin, it become less and less because you they exercise. Now, the other thing where we need for do is we monitor with blood sugar. For monitor blood sugar, I get different method. These days now, they even use your phone. You get the continuous glucose monitoring and thing where they attach to you, where they check your blood sugar. I know they first when they prick all the time. You can check your blood sugar without pricking your body all the time, right? And then we advise is the component we then call the HbA1c, when our doctors then know about them. When they check the sugar level for the past 2 to 3 months, we need for the checker like every 3 to 6 months initially. Then when your sugar level, we don't reach your target, you do one like every year, every 6 months to 1 year, you do one. And the aim of this now for make sure say this target, the HbA1c target, the day less than 7.5. So you can monitor your sugar for yourself. Now, with doing the monitoring, if all landing no work, you don't try the exercise, the diet and all anything, but your sugar still there up, means say you need to get medication. The first medication we can always start patient there on na metformin. Metformin again, it own benefit apart from it being cheap. They don't study them so much that it's very effective. If somebody take metformin within 1 week, they begin to see improvement, and again for continue long term, by 6 months to 1 year, they see improvement. Then they gradually increase the dose of the metformin. So metformin belongs to a group of medication that they call biguanide, where it reduce the sugar level, the liver the liver produce sugar, they reduce them, and it make you put on weight. That's the good thing about them. One of the side effects of insulin is that it make person, some people they get diarrhea, but not to all people. But if you get diarrhea, we can change them to another form. We get different form of insulin them. You get the modified release and the immediate release one. Them they can change them for you. But then at the first one, if say the person you're not able to tolerate insulin, the next thing they do other medication they give. I know people know they but there Ozempic, Wegovy, Victoza, Sexandad, all them medication, Monjero. These things belong to a group then called the GLP-1 medication. Them waiting, then they do, then they imitate certain hormone where when the body they release after we eat food. Within this hormone they do, the hormone they go na the brain, it can act na the belly, they go na the brain and make sure say you reduce your appetite, and it come na the gut, it reduce how fast the gut they move, so it is slow them, so they feel full for a longer time. So this is how people when they lose weight, when they take their Monjero and things that the mechanism that they. So the day they feel full for a long time, they feel for itself, right? And according to some other studies, they show say this medication they help for protect your heart back. People who then get stroke and heart attack, it help for it help in that way. And we normally can start on to patient the way they don't try all the other medication they work, and then they put on weight and get certain what we call BMI above 30 or 35 with or without comorbidities. Then we start on the medication and because it reduce your weight. Now, one side effect of or the other side effect of it is they make people in the vomit, they get constipation because you got to they move fast, they get constipated. Some people they get diarrhea and they can irritate the organ back. We can produce that insulin, we then call the pancreas, and it develop gallstones. So these are the other medication. If that did not work, you get the other group of medication then. The way they SGLT2, then the sodium glucose transporters then. Where then also they help for reducing weight, but not as much as the Wegovy and the other one that we don't talk about. You can take them daily or it depends on how you and your clinician want for let you they take the medication. Also, studies don't show say it help the medication. They not only diabetes and they help for heart attack, and people who get heart failure and people who get kidney problem, and they help them back in intending. Now, one caution about this medication is that if somebody they get infection or you get diarrhea and dehydration, it can get to severe life-threatening condition then called diabetic ketoacidosis, where if they test your sugar the normal, it normal, but you still get into the diabetic ketoacidotic state, which is why when you get her, well and everything, you need for say clinician, let them wait before check you properly, right? So if all of this no work, then they give you insulin. And insulin, as I said, this mainly the type 1 people and they mostly they get them, but type 2 also they get them. However, the type 2 possibly go into taking insulin now we basically the other strategies that they don't work at all. And the main reason why then they use the insulin are for letting make sure say the sugar level drop, so the HbA1c would bring them down to a target, right? So the other medication then like the gliptins, them where they increase weight, they reduce weight, get better side effects. Them they get medication where like the gliclazide, glebanclamide, where then they reduce your blood sugar. Where if you take that and you need for be you and the doctor get for be you get need for be aware about when somebody in blood sugar low with I able for manage them. So the targets they will be the talk about now these. The target one, I want to emphasize the targets will be individualized. And not to for say the person we get diabetes patient A and patient B get the same target. No. We get a general target who they go into, but every individual get your target we for aim at waiting able, because you need for live your life back. Not to say you get diabetes now jail you don't do now. You need for live your life, you get for get that flexibility. So which is why you and the doctor or you and your clinician will have for talk and see what you able to do. So, but the recommended target is if somebody they na diet only they do and exercise and they take no medication with the drop in blood sugar or only na metformin they take plus in diet and exercise with them one for let HbA1c level they around 48. That is the target. According to check every 3 months or 6 months or every year, one lady within that target. Now, if say you possibly take medication, they drop in sugar, would it increase the target a little bit to like 53? But one for maintain that target, they let not go at least beyond that. But if say, despite the medications that you still sugar, they go up and up and up. Now, the next thing what your doctor can do, instead of a rush into adding more and more and more medication, you therefore get one-to-one discussion with you or you're in the diabetic team for see one, if indeed you follow the right method. When we talk about all the diets that we talk about. So they refer you to a dietitian, because the dietitian know the different component them, about your diet and you exercise how they do them. Then they check that, and then they check if indeed you take a medication, because it's easy for say take medication, but some thinking the people and they forget. That's just the actual reality. People and they forget. So see which method you will use so that you don't forget for take your medication. And if you take the medication, if not the right medication you take and at the right time. So we check Dandy first. If Dandy work, we look and see how the targets will drop, because one for reach another 53 or less target. If say at all able reach Dandy, then we can add other medication like insulin. Okay? Sometimes they can give you the 2-3 diabetic medication for just drop the sugar, right? And then every 6 months, like I say, and then they check your blood sugar. Now, one study we then do in Sweden shows say if that your HbA1c drop by 1%, it reduce the risk for letting the person die in the next 5 years by 50%. Just 1% drop in the HbA1c. So that say how the target important. If you work with your clinician for reduce that target today, how important it is, how it help for prolong your life. You stay in the world if you follow them measures a day. Now, if somebody get diabetes and at the same time they get high blood pressure, we get targets them back who they look into. The blood pressure, let's say, for instance, you're there under 80 years, and then you get diabetes, but then what would they do? They check the kidney and the urine for see if they leak protein out of the. Based on the level, if the level say less than 70, would they make sure say the target of your blood sugar, your blood pressure, be less than 140/90. And if they're within 120 or 139, then are the target of one for AMAT. But if it be say when we check that urine day, it is more than 70 milligram, then we even make the target more tighter to 130/80, because the more you sugar in your blood, your sugar not be controlled, the higher the chance for it damage the kidney and damage the other organs. And so now one way they do. So now the blood pressure targets the name they look at. But if somebody say in 8 years or above, whether a get protein and urine or not, we get a target way with one for maintain 140 or 149. But these nothing where you and the clinician they talk about. Now, for person we get diabetes and a get high blood pressure, the medication and they can normally recommend. Your doctor can talk about them. Things like ACE inhibitor, ARB, losartan, and stuff. For black people, we found out say studies show say the ARB they're more beneficial for black people than the other one and than the ACE inhibitors. Now, the cholesterol back in your body, we check them. Check the cholesterol, make sure say the cholesterol level low. So what we can do with the cholesterol, we check all the risk factors that we get for let the person get stroke or heart attack in the next 10 years. We call that the Q risk factors. If that is more than 10, then the person say when they get stroke, when they get heart attack, with a gang statin. And the statin they get low dose. That we call them primary prevention. That for prevent you for get stroke or heart attack. But if already the person get one episode or 2 episodes of stroke or heart attack or any cardiac event with a GAM high dose of statin, and that basically for prevent them for not get another stroke or heart attack or other event of cardiac problem, heart problem. And the aim there now for reduce the cholesterol level. Now, let's say somebody gets diabetes and he gets well, he's sick. So we get what we call the sick day rule, where if you vomit, you get diarrhea, the risk say you get forget dehydration. So certain medication that we for stop, like things like ibuprofen, then diuretics, then even the ARB what we talk about ACE inhibitors, them we try for stop them because we get risk affecting the kidney. And metformin, again, if you take them, say you become dehydrated, we stop them because it can lead to other complications, where they call lactic acidosis. So doctors will know about that day. And also, if they take medication, they drop your blood sugar, especially if they eat less, we try for carefully more monitor your sugar in that situation. Say people are willing to take them Monjero, Wegovy, that GLP-1 medication then self can try for stop and because it affects the kidney. Even the SGLT2 medication, like we don't talk, say a person can get some kind of life-threatening condition where can even need admission where blood sugar the normal where they get ketoacidosis. Now, but however, if the person they on insulin, they on insulin, they stop them immediately. What you get for do, you get for day regularly check your blood sugar every 3 to 4 hours, and you check the ketones as well. And you certain things then the way they do, if your blood sugar don't drop too much, you take certain drinks them that if you're able for drink, and if your blood sugar they high, you adjust the sugar. But if you really unwell, we advise let nobody know sit down at us, say nurse they see or pharmacy they see na us. We advise you go to hospital because diabetic, it can change and turn in few seconds if they're not treated them. Especially when they develop their life-threatening complication and they need for going to the hospital. Because sometimes you need drip, you need insulin, you get so many blood checks that they need for do. You need for going to the hospital. Now, I need for mention this what I say. when somebody in blood sugar drop, so most time when people in blood sugar drop, waiting for do. If your blood sugar really drop, and it depends on two conditions. If the person conscious enough that he able for take oral fluid, or he not conscious. If the person conscious, then blood sugar drop, you get episodes of signs and saying blood sugar they drop. What you they do, you can get then glucogel, malt, and drinks them because the person conscious, right? Then the key thing and but if the person unconscious, he lay down, there you go get him drink. It will just make the food go na the go na wrong side. It go choke and will even die. So then they can give them the injection, then they give them glucagon injections, then they give them because in condition different, or they can even get the glucose or the sugar through in vein. So we need follow. We know that the way somebody else, sometimes somebody saying sugar drop, the person collapse, then go pick and put drink nine belly, nine malt. It just now then they go just make it die quickly. Then the other thing we for try for prevent, you check your eye every year, right? And then you check your foot, you do your daily foot check, you check between the toes them. And every year they go see podiatrists where they see some people in their foot, they get some kind what they call corn. They in your foot and everything. They go check them, they check if you able to get sensation them now your foot. If you know if the circulation in your foot is poor, the sensation of nerve in your foot is poor, then you see whether what you need for do. Then they advise you to avoid for waka barefoot because you go wound you don't know, and when you get sore foot, it go hard for well. And also, then they check your cholesterol and blood pressure, then they check your heart and yearly for make sure say your kidney and they in good condition, so you know will develop all them complications in it. So in a nutshell, these are the things that we need for do for we go able for keep we safe, healthy, despite the fact that you get diabetes. So as we know, well, body is always far better than millions and dollars and pounds. So we tell una thank you for una listen to it, and we hope for get una contribution, questions, and everything. Thank you all.
Superb. Bravo. Yes, boss.
Yeah.
I say it is tempting for me to go wear my glasses. I tell you say one day I better tell you say one day one big, I'll be like you. Thank you so much, Dr. Turday. Fambule the cabin say when the presenter don't finish for present, I'll get the opportunity for ask questions. I saw you also the lighting not that good, and maybe black like Tina that I can't see those on someone not too light. So when I go be at today, when I see me it. Yes, when I see so. What I want to say, I come across a research where say 74% of we come on an ethnic minority background, i.e., like we Africans. We can hide the condition they are not let people they know. And to another routine Dr. Turday say, not to something a stigma, not to something for be a stigma. It can happen to anybody. But I also say 83% of we black people will not tell we employers them say we get diabetes. Dr. Turday, you can able stretch a little bit or maybe just get an advice why important for let we employers they know say we get diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2, I'm not forced. But also with the advice to employers them as well, where they employ people, then we will tell them, we will come out and tell them with your advice to them employers and they as to how they able support their patients, their employees then.
Okay, first we start with the person we get the diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes, I don't think we don't really pass that stage of stigma, to be honest. When somebody goes say I get diabetes, are they shame now for say I get diabetes? You don't really, if I don't pass that stage, I don't know, because very common.
The statistics I will put out post.
A very common now, right? And we know say things then the way they do we for help you. So if you hide them, you just punish yourself. Like for instance, where COVID be so, then they give in some preference to certain people them where they get diabetes, especially the day on insulin or they get complication or whatever. When they say would have for work at home, would have for do certain categorize and you worker your employer, when you get diabetes, they give certain preconditions and things that you get away with, where other person will get away with, right? And also, it is more important not only for you yourself, a certain job we person get, not only for you yourself, but also for the community. At all, let's say for instance, you're a driver, you need for drive for go work and back. Then you hide your diabetes. Then diabetes they progress, they affect your eyesight poor and everything. See how much effect then they will get for B to the people them, the other road users them. Right? Let's say you're not just a normal car they drive. How about they all will drive heavy vehicle now? Right. So then if you either, get the one they not diagnose you, get good treatment and all, you end up get stroke as a young person, you don't know. You begin attaching to so many other things. Because you get complications. Right. And also you will end up you get like how I talk just nobody, but you wear shoes where go left barefoot. You will get a wound. When you get wound, you do all kind medicine, go everywhere for let the wound well, in any well. Then so many things go get like kind of the person mind. This now other black magic don't happen, now this don't happen, now that not happen, now the community they begin see you, hey, that man will get that so food. You know the item, or that woman will get that so food, you know the item. But saying that something simple where you go do where that so food they go well, because the bugs they within your blood, they like sugar. Just like you self body like sugar. So if the sugar not control, your so food not go well. So all the complications then they get them. Then the possible way of course employer any standard job then get for do then checks then in the first instance you get occupational health and pre-employment checks the way they do for make sure they get all them things.
They are big. I want to say they are big. The standard na salon, Lori, make us post more.
No, they can go and steal, yeah. But if you now employer, you don't employ people, if that workman will they work for you well, how you go able to do the work for you? So you need for give certain flexibility so that it go there in a state for their work. Not only the physical side, human being, the mind control the human being. Yeah, if the person get all anything they hide them, if they become stressed, they need to function properly. If they do certain job, they will affect the lives of people. It will don't cause beaucoup damage to people before they are aware of her. So you say for let you job, you company go flourish. You need for let you help the workman. He can't tell you say me I get diabetes. You need for let you deal with them and things then because things forget their medications then sometimes it can difficult. And if the workman say, okay, I want to do certain exercise this day and they come, you get at that time they go exercise because say that exercise where they do, they make need for go get the need for like take sugar medication because the exercise, the diet, it will help. Then you get breaks them. If you person they work for you, you get diabetes, you get for the get breaks because when somebody eats, when you eat, it take 20 minutes for let the brain recognize say you don't eat first. So if somebody they eat if they don't eat done, then they feel say full. Say after some time, 30 minutes to 1 hour, now go be say, I don't eat, they begin feel full now. So for diabetes, for like controller, you get for what I talk about that portion size, you get small portion and you eat it regularly. Like every 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So you get that regular breaks. So when you get regular breaks, it's able for eat. The brain they function properly because they get enough sugar inside there. Then it go able work about, it get in good circulation. The way can for do your own job now. If not good workman, it go do them properly.
Thank you so much. I think to be honest, I think some employers in Inaton, the standards don't improve. But I feel there's still a little bit more work still for do for make sure they sensitize employers them. Let not see people there with diabetes condition, look at them as liability. But understand they can be fully functional and fully productive as everybody else, and just need that little bit of support, that understanding. The other question I want to ask, while we wait for people to ask, because some man go the shame, but me I know the shame. Is that what's that the common signs and symptoms where somebody go get where if or get concern and go hospital? Say for example, I don't know if we pause in peace, for example, sugar, what they call her, Anche Kambokude, maybe that in a one party in them because somebody say, well, me a sweet tea, me peace. Actually, I get at it. But whether that's some of the common, because I know say identity they can get different ways where they can manifest. But what are the common signs and symptoms that people have to look out for?
Yeah, you did drink the most common thing. They drink, they feel thirsty all the time. They don't drink so they still feel thirsty. I know say salo warm, so people in they drink boku. But
exactly, because na pan body are they now.
yes. But in addition to that, you drink, you feel thirsty much more than the other person them. Yeah, and then you go toilet for wet frequently. That the most people they know that symptom. Like you talk about that sugar anxiety, where sugar anxiety carry around there. Of course, then that should say your blood sugar really high. Then one thing and I talk about the so food tone they well. You lose weight back. You lose weight back. Then you see your eyes, then the blurry. That means a complication on they come inside. But the most thing now when you drink frequently, you go toilet frequently, then the two people and not they check again is you get infections them, water infection, you get infection at your skin, where boku, then they na sign back for sure say you get diabetes because get a patient we they count skin condition, we check in blood sugar, we repeat and everything, we find out say in sugar they're so high, right? And at the end of the day, and that person you know even get family history of diabetes. Then we do further investigation. We get to find out say you get pancreatic cancer and stuff. We lead to all them things and you see, but just by something simple. So yeah, those are the other the signs that we can look out for.
Okay, yeah, another thing as well I've been done here before. Like this bang bang and then bitter medicine here where some of people can drink and can say if you drink the medicine they as well go help as well for balance. It's sweet within our body, with bitter cola. I don't say bitter cola ain't getting other uses, but it's okay. We'll go down that road today. But the young one, where they on? Yes, I know, I understand. But I say no more from a health perspective, then kind of they can say, why I don't eat boku sugar? If I drink anything and they or eat anything and they balance out. Waiting that you don't take on that, waiting will be your advice.
In the first instance, we not get evidence for sedenting in the health. And number one. Number two, the components within a them bang bang and we don't know them components then they. Those components where they take might be interacting with your other medication. Okay. So even if you take five, 6 different leaf, then they can interact because they get components there inside them, chemical inside them. With then chemicals, then they, in addition to their, if you take 2, 3 leaf them, then each of them get different chemical and can interact and give what they call complications them as well.
Yeah.
So you don't know that they affect your kidney, they damage your kidney because your body for processor too. And waiting they make let the sugar, your body use the sugar. Not to that bitter thing where they because the sugar waiting call. Now the insulin now you need. So we don't know if that you bangba way they take get insulin or not for let drive and go inside. You see, so there is no evidence say then thing and they reduce them. Before they even begin talk about diabetes, ancient Egyptian they look say condition they way somebody in sugar, a boku, like we wet and they go there and all and they say they find out now people they die of diabetes a lot until now when they get so much advanced treatment should say diabetes now is well treated.
Okay. Dr. Bell, I'll go for country in a bit, and also Dr. Angela from a public health perspective, on advice on that side. And one of the questions I want to ask before I go to the panel is waiting, try to explain to me or the people as well for about waiting the difference between insulin resistant and insulin deficiency.
Okay, so when the fat we get in your body, right? The
Yeah.
insulin get for drive the sugar inside the cell. So that fat we get boku, it is stop, it is resist the insulin for like where somebody one can out na door, you lock the gate. You understand? A lock the gate, so it ain't able for go inside. If you say one can the house, the workman don't can now. You don't can you build the one can walk, then they lock the gates and nobody in the car inside. So he resists everybody for car inside there. So everything don't do so now. Now the one way insufficient or deficient that the workman not day enough. The place open so but the workman is not day enough for can do the thing. I don't know if that makes it clear. That say the deficiency means the insulin day but not day that much for lay a carry this sugar inside the place. Now
And waiting like you normally do in
the
that case.
insulin day, but the something they stop and for let it take the people and go inside the place.
Okay,
Inside the
so
cell.
in both of them case, then the waiting normally and can do waiting doctors and can advise the patient to do in both
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah, in the one way you get absolute, because as they start with this dimension, you get absolute deficiency than at type 1 people then. Yeah, where it really not that insulin and they give the people then.
Okay.
The other way it be say a day but a relative deficiency, right? Day but it not did that much.
Yes.
They do the exercise, like all this will talk sooner. The exercise, then diet, then thing for learn no more. The thing that will resist them, you stop them. All them talking about for stop the thing that they resist them. If that they not work now, then begin put medication inside now. And some of the medication then they use now, all them Monjero and anything, because we know say the weight way they build up the resistance to the medication, to the insulin. So then they give them medication and they for let it reduce, it help for reduce the weight, and it help for let you able for use the insulin. Then they increase the sensitivity back of the insulin for let it go. Like somebody muscle building person, muscle they use the insulin and they use the sugar more. They help the insulin for let it work more or drive the thing, the sugar inside the cell.
Thank you so much. I believe that I don't help people. Dr. Bell, boss. Yeah. Yes, sir. You are learn your voice with regards to we kumbra them and we to be kumbra them. I believe and stuff. Is there anything they will advise you want give as to how they for manage if they get them, how they for manage them?
The first thing thank you, Dr. Ture, for the wonderful presentation. The first thing I always tell my patients them way Dr. Ture don't talk about now that prevention. I mean, it's so important for first of all prevent them, and then secondly, if you don't get them, I think say Dr. Rashid said we don't do that one session before concerning the reverse something like that, because it's also sometimes not all the time, sometimes reversible as well. So for me, the one main thing where I can always say, or you get four main important things. When you eat, which you eat, exercising, cardio, and also muscle building. Yeah, Dr. Ture just talked about that as well again. We muscles them for also take up that glucose day. So I mean, me I always afraid the medicine business, although me not doctor, but I get afraid the medicine business because especially the Ozempic and then the way they make people they lose weight, they not only lose fat, and they lose muscle, and they lost also bone density, but mostly muscles as well. So if you're on them drugs, then you definitely get for try for build up your muscles. For the woman them we get belly gets sometimes we can diagnose belly woman diabetes pandem as well. And the main treatment panda ega the back as well. Now, then four things that we'll talk about, especially the diet as well. And then if you come to a point where they actually need insulin, then they can get the insulin. But mostly we can say sometimes most of the women that we get diabetes inside the pregnancy, they can get they cannot get insulin resistance before they get pregnant, most of them. So if you don't find that out, you don't tell them say, hey, you got to take them more, you got to try concerning your diet and then thing, and they it's very important for teach people and say that's the most important thing. Somebody can write in the comments say some of the things there with Dr. Turday talk about very expensive in a salon. We can't, especially we can't do vegetables and greens. It sounds stupid, but honestly speaking, especially we're gonna name villages, then you can grow your vegetables. You can grow your vegetables. Oh, carrots expensive. For grow carrots, not so difficult thing. Sweet potato for gold, not so difficult thing. So you green, especially when it comes to greens, where you begin to about okay, beef and chicken and okay. But when it comes to greens, honestly speaking, especially when it comes to the grassroots to the villages. Yeah, I think say now the villagers then for come together and decide, say, something, let we set up we own garden for we own people them. And if you get the community we actually motivated for do something like that, I not think say it's that difficult for do. I just made watch my YouTube video where somebody they plant and harvest food for a family of 6 in just a 1/8 acre land. I mean, small piece of land where they plant vegetables and fruits for a family. And so, especially when it comes to the village, where people get to villages they not get money for buy their medicine or before you reach that side day. I will encourage them villages and for come together and make and plan how they get for vegetables. We soil in salon very fertile. Very fertile. So I don't see any reason why make possible for do something like that.
Yeah, I think I mean agree with you, Dr. Bell. Then the thing again is that the people with fruit and vegetables, and I don't know now na salon and even we meet there with food products na salon supposed to be real organic. You not get much processing and everything into a real organic
Yeah.
thing. And
Yeah.
even the protein, say and why eat meat and it's not too much. Na small portion of them now you eat.
Yeah.
Most of them in that plate we'll talk about, half of them na fruit and vegetable there.
Yeah.
Just small percent of a nine get that meat there, and fish as well. I lose a fish expensive now and all that, but fish good. So you don't need most of them in itself. You see,
Yeah.
and the nuts them back as well. Good, you see. So you don't need much.
The only thing I want to say no more to this, I get what you say about a small portion they need, but if I for look at two side Dr. Bell be the come from, Dr. Bell, the salon will be no, or the free time will be no, is not the same anymore. Back then I remember because okay, more me grow up, all around that area they been getting small garden the way they plant. Now you can't do that. You plant like that, I promise you. As you begin pull shoots, either somebody go mass and pull them or they go can't and once it don't reach that time for the harvest. A lot of people in the way get land them we go really like for farm. But the mentality of people don't change these days that every single thing if you're not bolted, there's opportunity for let somebody take and they will take it. At village level, hopefully, then go sensitize them wherein then they will do them thing because village level, because they all sabi themselves, it acts for everything they happen. But for say towards free tongue and stuff like that, because now I will tell you now, how we buy plazas we been cheaper. It's in a way we be the grow before we been cheaper. Now it's not the same anymore. Because I go to January, it's not the same anymore. Yeah. Dr. Hansels? Dr. Hansels?
Yes, Sonade, you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you get anything we want to add regarding sensitization on how people can able change, them practices and stuff? Or anything else we want to this?
Sorry, my background a little bit noisy. Well,
It's okay.
make just like us say, I think Dr. Sugemi don't talk about them, but I just want to stress on, say public health, it's all about prevention. I say prevention is better than cure. So when I remember that plate we in showy, and then can say the more colorful your plates be, the healthier it is. So like when it comes to the foods, I go say try forget foods that we get different color, like cabbage, greens, carrots, and of course protein. It could either be the fish or the meat or the chicken. And the chicken, even though yes, chicken are protein, but I would say avoid the skin of the chicken. The skin of the chicken very rich in fat, the bad fat. So avoid them. And of course, you carbohydrates, make sure say now the actual portion. If you're diabetic already, focus on eating the like couscous, bulgur, funde, and now I think they get like the diabetic basmati rice and all of that. But for me, it's all about prevention. So watch what you they eat. So man can think sugar, not really. But your carbs eventually they turn to sugar. So you get for monitor your carbs. And then exercise very helpful. I know people that way they don't tell them say, hey, we could put you on medication, but then go back, begin exercise, watch waiting and they eat, they lost like 10, 20 pounds. By the time they go back, the doctor they ask them waiting and do. And then they use their as guinea pig or use them story for explain to other people that over.
Thank you so much. So, my family, we don't reach to the end of today. Let's just check, see, I don't miss anybody in comments. Okay, let's check on my phone. Dr. Kamara been mentioned, say somebody for day we missed today. Let's just look for the name there. Like, bear me 1 minute. It's a Otman Madi. Doctor, okay. Hello, sir. You get anything you want to add to the talk today, sir?
Hello, John.
Oh, yes. Anne.
Yes, John.
Yes, go ahead.
Turday, that was an excellent presentation. Very helpful for me as well, because I'm diabetic, type 2, but diet controlled. I go every 6 months for a checkup and all my bloods and everything. And last time I went for my eye test, they said they'd found something, but not for medication at the moment, but I've got to go back in January and have another eye test done. Now, I'm just diet controlled. I do take statins, and I've lost over 1 stone in weight because, and it's just remembering that you've got to look after yourself when you're diabetic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite lucky. I get checked and I get my feet checked to get my kidneys and everything checked. But yeah, I'm just diet controlled.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. That was a really good, helpful presentation. And just to say, people out there, don't be frightened of going to the doctors or going seeing the diabetic nurse, because it's important. Because if your sugar gets too high, it can cause lots and lots of problems. So just remember, if you think, or you start feeling dry, go to the doctors.
I got checked because I thought I wasn't.
Yeah, because Brian went to doctors because he thought he got diabetes, but he hasn't. So that was good. But, just to let people out there know, I know sometimes it's very hard for people to go and see the doctor and the diabetic, but believe you me, it does save lives. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Turday.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Anne.
Welcome your contribution. That's really good. That's really good.
I'll go look for, I did watch some of the names then there, and I'll look for recognize Dr. Molly Wright. Thank you for joining. Also, one of the legends, then they will get in a salon. Don't know if Naeem, I think it's Naeem. And thank you for joining the presentation.
Thank you very much. I don't know. I see Kadiru Madi. I don't know if not Dr. Madi Dande. Dr. Madi, please make a note. If not, we will round up for today.
Somebody asked question, I think. Well,
Oh, is it?
Best. I think at the comments, I think Vera also ask Usa for do test na free tone.
Oh yes, I missed that one day.
Yes, ask the question.
Kadiru Badi.
Yes.
Sorry, Tim. The cousin to Dr. Mahdi. And the former president of Power UK. So a shout out to Ram. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so the question where the person ask is now also person for go do them blood check, the blood sugar check. Anybody know at the panel?
You don't need a specific place, to be honest. Of course, everyone will say go to the hospital, right? But you get different method of checking your blood sugar. You get the fasting, then you get the HbA1c, you get the random. So the HbA1c definitely you get for going to hospital or they send you to the lab. They go do them where it's very accurate for check the blood sugar in the next 2 to 3 months, and if you need for repeats, they repeat them. And the fasting, you just fast, overnight in the morning and check them and then repeat them as well. So go to hospital if hospital, they're near you, or you go to a clinic who's a doctor there. I'd stress the important that people see a doctor rather than just seeing anybody. Because you need to know somebody who know how to diagnose as well.
Okay. Vera, I want to say something. I'll try for mute and So they're about for round up now, so please make them short. Yes, Vera, try for mute yourself, please.
Hello. Good afternoon.
How are you? Welcome.
I'm blessed. So I just want to ask a quick question. So I put in the chat if there's a clinic that people can go check for diabetes. And say also in America that they check them, picking them for early detection of diabetes if they have like a program or something that they go to the school and check for diabetes because it's really high and people they not even know. Because I remember when I go free to my cousin say then go check and they tell her say get diabetes. He said the doctor tell her say before eat bulldog and rating so. So what we go to now ask the doctor say rating A1C. This is what I mean don't know about that. They say they get for go I said for go get her checked or whatever. So if they get a clinic around there that people then can go there go check, they know them blood pressure, they know their sugar level, it go be easy, I can able to pass the information around.
Yeah, I see somebody put on the chat say most of the pharmacy them and can I mute it, please? Yeah, somebody put on the chat say most of the pharmacy them they do, then they do the test. But like quoting Dr. Turday say before, it depends as well after the test how then they interpret the result. So, but what quoting Dr. Turday don't say just now is that the best place for go hospital rather than for go na pharmacy. The best thing for do if you dey in doubt, it better let you go to hospital, let doctor go check you. Am I right, Dr. Turday?
Yeah, you're quite right. The A1C, then they get for send on a lab. So the doctor now go get for make that request today. I don't know if the pharmacist then cable for doa, but then they go get for send because they get labs. Then I'm sure I don't know. Maybe you try the labs within a salon. I'm sure they go for check the A1C day.
Yeah. So I think say for the pharmacy bit,
salon, I think.
Okay, I believe that for the pharmacy bit, maybe if not for just check your blood pressure, and if they don't diagnose you already, you don't know which one part you get type 1 or type 2, and maybe you just want to check your blood sugar level. Yes, I believe say maybe the pharmacy they can able to do that. But for able to determine whether you get them and which type you get, it better let you go hospital like how the doctor do advise. If I'm with them, we don't run out of time for today, so I can go around the panel and ask, let everybody get a final message, and we will thank you very much for when I don't join today. I will start with Dr. Ansel Samu. I know say you do out, but if you're not able, just make a note, so you're not going able to talk. I will start with you, please.
I will be short and quick. My family don't know you the word. Wanna thank you for when I join with Dr. Turday. Thank you for the presentation. That plates, if una not remember anything, una just remember when una want for it. Una make una plates very colorful and una make them try for use do the necessary portions. Una spread the word for the one that were not able to join. This go day on WhatsApp, on YouTube. Sorry, as you all know, well, Bɔdi Bεttεh past Gentri. Una thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ansel Samu. Adi Famata Kama.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Turday. Really, really wonderful presentation. The explanation really, you really simplify them. So I think, like waiting everybody else don't say, if we get any of them symptoms the way Dr. Turday mentioned, now for go hospital, then we go check, because well, Bɔdi Bεttεh past Gentri. Now, thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Kama. Isata Fuller.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Dr. Turday, thank you very much for a very informative presentation. I not get much for add, except, we all therefore take responsibility for look after Wẹll health and welfare. So even if you not think, say, you're diabetic, just do the check. It not will cause any harm, and, think about what you eat and exercise and try to keep healthy. Thank you very much. Well, Bɔdi Bεttεh past Gentri.
Thank you very much. What else we get? Dr. Bell?
Yes, thank Dr. Turday for the wonderful presentation. Thank all the people that will attend. As Dr. Turday, we don't say, for me, as Mr. we don't say, for me, that prevention better than cure. We take care of the body, that the body one body will get. I can always say, now me, that the person will be responsible for my older self. Not to anybody I they expect for take care of my older self. So now me, they take care of my older self. Get the 4 main pillars. You eat healthy, you watch when you eat, how you eat, you exercise, this any muscle building. Now the 4 things that the way you're supposed to take care of. And everybody get the potential for do that. And if you not do that, it actually depends on you for live a healthy life. And if you don't get the diabetes or you feel to get diabetes, please go to the hospital, get different pharmacies. I see somebody that asks which pharmacy. You get pharmacies like Gentri pharmacy and also then I get reputable pharmacy. You can go there, you can go ask the hospitals them. You get even general practitioners. You get doctors. Then they will get in surgery. Then where you can go and make appointments. And because me, I always think say, especially if you did a tongue, important for making you for the see doctor at least once a year. If you're at the villages, them for me, the best thing we for do now the prevention. The best thing we for do try for it. There's soft drink the way people in the drink 50 faster like I was saying water in the drink. They for stopper. Drink enough water daily. Because we all know say well, Bɔdi Bεttεh past Gentri.
If when I hear Dr. Belly advice when I not take him, then it's really man fresh. I didn't tell you that. One day, how big I'll be like it. Dr. Kamara?
Me, they ask for?
Yes, sir.
Man, I don't know what I go but for tell plenty thank you to family members, to alumni, and to everybody, and to Dr. Turday for a splendid presentation. I'm glad you say people in the recognize me, which is really good. And let me pass the word and able to get yourself up in the air for the people within us alone for make the able for at least benefit from this thing. So if you get it, the word, then make take and go far and wide as best as possible. But remember one thing, say, well, Bɔdi Bεttεh pass Gentri. One doctor today just mentioned out. He say good for run, and he say health is wealth. Now I say no. I say good health is better than wealth. So on that note, thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you very much. Last but not the least, Dr. Tuye, any final word for people there?
Yes, my family. Thank Kuna for when I joined with today, and I thank all the doctors there, the panelists, all the other contribution. I tell them all thank you. This session I go there on YouTube, so now pass them, then they will not join. Let them go listen. I want Kuna able to join me again next month. We will talk about shingles, or what they say, how they call themselves. The salon name where they or something, one show.
Not make I can cost now, we come here.
One show waiting there.
Oh, that's what they say, waiting will show church you, right?
Yes, something like that. So we want to see this similar, we want to talk about and see what people will do, and I think somebody from the audience I request that we talk about so we'll talk about next month. If not, when we again, that will be fine. Pass the word. So finally, when it comes to diabetes, the management, as soon as see, that's complex. You can go through the slides again, go listen the session again. It will say you know able member, you can contact me. When I go meet a doctor, rather than I go meet anybody, no more we say a healthcare professional, you can meet them, but meet a doctor where at least go able for do your diagnosis and do your treatment. You need to forget specific person where they did throughout your journey. Not one term, no more we check out one term, you say fine. That's it. No. You need to forget somebody we know your health condition, you know your other problems that we get. I go able for manage your diabetes plus your other problem then. I know say we look the money and see doctor, but see the proper person. This is my emphasis I will get. I don't know more. See the proper person, you deal with them, that you can contact at any time, because people can get some condition where they into coma in a hospital. If you don't know how to go about that, I beg you see. So I don't know more. They ask for long health care professional we know. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tuye. Thank you very much to all my family. Until I see now, when they see me face before the show done, not to me teach someone I see. So till we meet again, let we all look after ourselves. Well, Bɔdi Bεttεh pass Gentri. Good night.
Thank you.